But to start off my presentation, I'm going to tell you a little bit about who certified energy advisors are. What does that mean, home as a system, and air leakage in your home, and comparisons of some operating costs, and give you guys some ideas of best bang for your buck. Okay, so when we take a look at housing and we're doing a drive-by and there's a couple nice houses on the same street for sale, which one is more energy efficient? It's not something we can tell. It's not something that we can see. There's nothing there that tells us which of those two homes are more energy efficient. We know that the province has regulations on building codes. So literally there's codes out there that tell builders the crappiest house they're allowed to build. That's the reality of it. So how can we tell who the really good builders are that are really taking, the time to, have a really good quality product, and the guys that are throwing houses together and just pumping them out as quick as possible? It's very difficult to tell. So that's where we come in. Energy advisors are trained professionals. We are third party, so I don't sell anything. We sell nothing but good ideas. And we try to offer builders and owner builders and developers solutions. A part of what we do, because we are registered through the federal government, Natural Resources Canada, we produce these EnerGuide labels for the houses that we test. To figure out what that rating is, energy advisors look at a home as a system. We have to look at every little component that goes into that home, and not only just those independent pieces, but how are they going to function together? Our new provincial building code, I don't know if anybody is aware, changed December 19th. All new homes as of December 19th, 2014 are required by provincial code to have 24 hours continuous exhausting. What that means is that every house out there being built now, if the permit was pulled after that time, is going to have there's three options. I'm going to give you the best and the worst. The worst is bathroom fans. Everybody's got a bathroom fan. Now imagine putting that bathroom fan on 24 hours a day, because that's what the new homes have. Or the alternative is installing a product, a device, appliance. It's called a heat recovery ventilator, or HRV. That's the other option where I like to see my builders going, because what it does is, as it exhausts your hot air, it actually uses that latent heat to heat up the air coming in, and it brings in fresh air. And so now you've got a nice, healthy living environment. So we're going to get back to this. Which home is more efficient? They're both built to the building code. Well, when I start knowing more of the details, you can see here, this home is an EnerGuide 71 home. I can calculate out the estimated consumption for you annually. That house came out at $2,290 per year, roughly, estimated for utilities. We've got the house on the other side, an EnerGuide 86. We're almost $1,000 less per year in operating costs with that house. They bumped their attic up to an R50, their walls up to a R22. The ASHP, that's an air source heat pump. That was the biggest decision on that newest build, to be able to get the costs down. Air source heat pumps. Is everybody familiar with when you hear a furnace is 97% efficient, right? For a gas furnace, electric baseboards are 100% efficient. An air source heat pump takes in approximately $1 in cost to run it, and you get $3 to $4, up to $5 in heating back. It's huge. It makes a big difference. And even though we're in a milder climate, as long as you have a properly sized air source heat pump, it would be one of the biggest decisions as an upgrade to your home. This home also had the spark ignition gas fireplace, so no pilot running. We put on a drain water heat recovery unit on that house, which is literally a copper coil that goes on your main drain off of your hot water, and it feeds back. It's just a loop, so it's like a preheat loop off your drain water. It's going down the drain anyways. You might as well recover some heat from it. It's an appliance that costs about $300, and there's no mechanical moving parts. It's literally a copper coil around your pipe. So where are you going to get your best bang for your buck in your house? Ultimately, I want to try to help homeowners, and every house is different and every person's different. So let's just look at a few here. if you had a forced air furnace, so you've already got ductwork, and you want to throw on an air source heat pump on that EnerGuide 71 house, that specific house, you're going to be looking at saving about $622 per year. You know, that's pretty significant. That is only going to, those numbers are going to go up as our hydro rates go up. Ductless, going with a more energy efficient, say for example, you have baseboard heat. You don't have ducting. You think, oh, well, I can't get a heat pump. I don't have all the ducting and everything. You go with a ductless mini split. You know, that again, $600. That is a great bang for your buck. HRV with the heat recovery, again, for ventilation. If you do not have bath fans in your house yet, maybe you've got a really old house and you don't have any ventilation and you want to tighten it up, make sure you look at ventilation. Make sure you have that healthy living environment. Solar domestic hot water, 135 in savings. Condensing instant gas hot water. I don't like to say the gas word, but I'm required to. So it's an energy efficient option. The instant condensing hot water systems, there's no standby losses. It's a little tank. It goes on your wall. The gas fires it up when you call for it. The lag is exactly pretty much the same as if you had a tank. It's all depending on the location. PV panels are completely variable, and it works out well because there'll be somebody else chatting about the PV panels. But the key is before you even investigate PV or looking at any solar or alternative energy, you need to get your consumption down. Because what is the point in you having, this horrendously leaky older house with a baseboard heater that costs you a fortune to heat every year? You're going to have to get that much bigger of a system. So what we need to do is trim it off, trim it off, trim it off. And everything you do in your house, it doesn't matter if you even change just your light bulbs and that's all you do. You have now saved that money today. You've saved it tomorrow, and you've saved it for as long as those are in there. So I mean, it's just amazing how much it can add up. You know, it's a lifestyle, and that's where I think that our society and even the Valley here, you can see by having participants here until 9:30 at night that this is something that's important to us, and that's something that we all share. And it's very important for us to make a difference. And I'm sorry, but I think that we're hypocrites if we don't make a difference in our own home first, because that's where I have control. That's where I can make a difference, and I can make a difference when I go home tonight, and so can you.